Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.
Hello and welcome to Nirmal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Daria. We have with us Kunal, Shah, head of Commodities Research, joining in. Welcome to the show, Kunal. Yesterday's session, if you go to see, there has been a bit of surprise because Brent crude actually broke a resistance level that everyone was looking at of almost around $45 per barrel. And this has happened for the first time since the end of the first quarter of 2020. Now, as we were just talking about as well, all eyes are on the US jobs data that will be coming out today. What's the anticipation? What is the kind of consensus we're looking at, and what impact could it have on crude prices then?
Yeah, so as far as the data is concerned, I think today all the focus will be on US job report. Okay, so may it be gold, crude, metals, everything, because I think that is going to decide the overall direction of the dollar. So dollar index today morning is marginally strengthened, and hence we've seen some profit taking coming into gold and silver. So the forecasted number is roughly the non-farm payroll is expected to be 2.66 million. Okay, and unemployment rate is expected to be hovering around 9.7. So if the numbers are better than expected, then we are going to see a sharp correction or profit taking in gold and silver, because gold market is moving up, anticipating that the non-farm payrolls number will be very bad. And if the numbers are better, then you are going to see a sharp sell-off in gold and silver. Another thing which has happened overnight is that President Trump has signed executive order banning Chinese app TikTok and WeChat on the grounds of national security. So this again stokes the fear of geopolitical conflict between US and China. So not geopolitical, but actually the trade war agreement what they had, whether that will continue or not, it will raise a lot of skepticism. So I'm not very bullish on oil at this juncture, looking at what has happened overnight. But today's key focus will be, like I said, non-farm payroll number, oil 3200 MCX maximum upside. What I see for tonight, not above 3200. So 3190, 3200 are the levels where you can go short, and till then for 40 50 rupees upside, you can go long. But my overall view is that oil should not go up significantly. So 3190, 3200 are the levels to go short.
Right. So with this, if you have to take even gasoline into consideration, US gasoline stock, if you go to see, actually unexpectedly rose in the previous week, and the anticipation was that probably we would see a drop. Now, there has been a mismatch on that front as well. What does that data point actually indicate, Kunal?
1 minute. सर वेबिनार चालू करता हूँ वेबिनार चालू करता हूँ. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Hiral.
Kunal, my question was with regards to where gasoline goes. US gasoline stock rose unexpectedly, if I'm not mistaken, by almost around 419,000 barrels. And the expectation and the forecast was that we could see a drop. Now, what is that data point actually indicating?
Yeah, so the data point is clearly indicating towards a scenario where the prices of oil are going to remain under very tight range, and it is not going to break out, because this is the summer driving season. People are driving, and even though the demand is picking up, but the fact is that because of COVID, you have people are not driving the way they used to. So that data is not very bullish for oil, and it shows that the inventories are piling up. So that's not a good sign for oil.
Right. And with regards to gold as well, as we've been talking, new highs is what we've been seeing. And gold has been the talk of the town for the last couple of days. Now, after the previous record was broken, new records have been set, and majority of the up move that you see on a YTD basis also, I think it's a 35% up move that we've seen on gold, the majority movement has come in the month of July and the first couple of days of August. Do you think there could be a fear or a scenario where sustainability in terms of this kind of rally is something which could probably look at profit booking?
Yeah, profit taking. If today's data, like I said, all focus will be on the evening's non-farm payrolls and unemployment number. If the data is better than expected, then gold and silver are definitely going to correct. I have no doubts in my mind. But if data is worse than expected, then also we are not going to see sharp runaway, because already throughout the week we have seen a sharp upside in gold and silver prices. So with the worst data, we can see minute upside. So the bias for the evening, I think, is we should see some profit taking coming in, and that should make market healthier, because no one is able to digest what is happening, the way it has moved up. But fundamentally, silver is purely justified. I've explained it times and again. But now, yeah, but now I think today my bias is on the correction, and I'm expecting some profit taking to come in. Silver already down from the peak today, 1,500 rupees, and gold is already down, roughly by 300, 350 rupees, but both can correct during evening session.
Right. So Kunal, overall, we just have a question as well. Any levels that you could give out for gold and silver in COMEX, either up move and downside for both the commodities?
Yeah, so COMEX level, I would give it to you, but on MCX first, I'll tell. And on MCX, the high what it made today morning seems to be the top for the day. But it should not go above that. And if you look at what is happening on COMEX, okay, in COMEX, I would recommend silver. Maximum on the upside, it can test the next level would be $29, and $29 it should take off. If it takes off $29, then you can see resumption of a trend. And on the gold front, gold, we are expecting on COMEX it should go about, if 2080 it sustains, then 2100, 2105 is very likely. So today's high seems to be the stop loss if you are going short, and please stick to it, because I don't know what the non-farm number is going to come.
Right. And overall, if you see in terms of base metals as well, on Shanghai, you have base metals which did see an up move for most of the parts of the day. What's the sense that you pick up? Do you think that positivity could continue in today's session as well?
All today's my calls are subject to data. It's a very heavy data day, and if the data are positive, then you will see again a sharp up move in base metal. I'm overall bullish, but in fact, what we have seen is copper resisting about 517, nickel resisting at 1120. So already after upside, my bias for today evening is profit taking. So I'm not going to go long in today's evening trade, because I think even dollar is too much short, and we can see some sort of short covering in dollar index also. So I'm not expecting a major fireworks in evening session today.
Right, so no major fireworks that could be expected in today's session. And the US jobs data is something that we should be watching out for as well, in order to ascertain as to how the commodities market, especially in terms of where crude and bullion are concerned, are expected to move from here on. But I think, Kunal, that's the only question that we have for the session today. We will wait for the jobs data and then dissect this on Monday and understand what is the strategy that we need to adopt from here on. So thank you so much for joining us as well.